Yo, 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 Prince here. Um, hey, how you doing, guys? Today was a awesome day at work. Today, made a few sales on my new business venture that I started online, along with my other websites going. I made quite a bit of sales today. I'm very happy and grateful for that. Um, Today's video, honestly, I just wanted to talk about a few things. I got off the phone with a longtime friend of mine. We were discussing, think like where he wanted to be and where he wanted to go in life and where he wanted to, what he wanted to achieve. And, I got really inspired because, um, he's right. A lot of people here, a lot of people say they want something, but they don't show for it. And what I really wanted to go to today, the topic of today, was really just change. Okay. Now I'm not talking like change like money and all that stuff. I'm talking about actual change. What's funny is a lot of people in life say that they want something, but they're just not willing to change. For example, did you know that the exact type of thinking that you were thinking up to now got you here? Every thought that you've ever been thinking has got you to this point now in your life that you're at. Isn't that impressive? And I mean, what's even more frightening is that you created everything, like whatever situation you're in, whether you're rich, poor, or middle class, high class, or jobless, or you have a job, you created everything. And it's really hard for people to grasp that because they don't want to admit that they're wrong or it's not my fault. It's really easy to blame someone else or something else or circumstances, the economy. Look, it's not the circumstances, it's not the economy, it's you. Everything. I mean, I see broke people all the time, and when I go and talk to them and say, "Hey, what do you do and with your finances?" and they're a mess. They have this payment, that payment, this payment, and they're in debt for that, they're in debt for that, and blah blah blah, and they're miserable. Well, hey, man, you got yourself into it. You can easily get yourself out. And it's just it's very impressive what I see people doing nowadays. And so my friend was on the phone and we just went on and talk on, and he was telling me about friends that he cut off from his life and things and that he wanted to move forward and how excited he was. And I was really happy for him. I applauded him for that because I mean he's right. People that you hang around can have an effect on your finances, your relationships, and your life in general. Most people don't notice this at all because you're like, man, well, I've been hanging out with my friend for a long time. We've known each other for quite a few years, and he's my homeboy or my homegirl. But at the end of the day, if that friendship is not benefiting you in any way, then what's the point? So I know in the past couple of videos I said, hey, I still have broke friends that I hang out with today. You know, and it's really true. I have friends that are broke that I hang out with today from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's just I just choose to spend less time with those people. And it's a really hard choice to make because you're yeah that those were my buddies throughout high school and we did everything together. But at the end of the day, guys, you gotta do what's right for you. You can't short yourself on stuff that you have to accomplish. And I've always been known to say, hey, as long as the money making activities are done for the day, then do whatever you want. So me in my daily life, I make sure that all the money making activities are done first, and then I'll go ahead and do whatever it is I want for the day, have fun, hang out with friends and all that stuff. And you know. But anyways, guys, so change. I mean, I have a couple buddies of mine that they say, "Hey, how can I increase my finances?" I tell them what this to do, and you got to sacrifice this amount of money for this time, put this amount of money in the bank, open that account, whatever, whatever. They're like, "No, no, 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 man, we don't want to do that. That sounds like too much work." Well, didn't you just ask me how to increase your finances? I mean, then why wouldn't you just listen? And honestly, guys, the two most important success factors I can name in my life was being teachable um, finding someone who had what I wanted and who had it in proof, and just simply following what it is that they were doing to get that success. You know, that was honestly my, um, that was honestly my first approach to success there. But everyone does everything different, so it's kind of hard for me to say. But you know, and it's always a question: is are you willing to change? Are you willing to give up things? Are you willing to sacrifice? For a bit. Before I started a couple of my businesses, for a period of time, I was into designer clothes. I love designer clothes. They're very nice. They last a very long time, and they're really high quality material. It feels good to have nice clothes on. But I knew that this business needed money in order to be able to generate leads and cash flow. So what did I do? I sacrificed and I invested that money in my business. It is what it is. You have to be willing to change, guys. I mean, if you keep doing the same things over and over and you accept you expect a different result, you're an insane person. That's the definition of insanity right there, is doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. It just doesn't work like that. You're going to have to change some thought patterns. And, I've noticed the younger you are, the more easier this is, because you're not as established. You got some neural pathways in your brain that aren't fully groomed for this habit. But the older you get, it's really hard to change because you're set in your ways, and you don't want to admit that you're wrong, and it is what it is. But honestly, guys, you have to get over that. You have to get over trying to be right and who's wrong and this, and it just doesn't work like that. So, it just kind of brings me to the question: is what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to change? In your life. What are some things that you can cut out right now that would increase finances? What are some things in your life right now that aren't a good relationship to be in, but yet you're in it just because you're scared to leave? Guys, I'm dead serious. If you want to see a change in your life, you have to show life and the universe that you're willing to change. It's just that simple. There's no magic button, magic bullet on, things like that. You just have to change within yourself. And, what I find funny about most things is really, everything is all in the mind. Whether you think you can do it, the barriers you place, the fear of people making fun of you because you want to change your life and do something different, that doesn't matter. If they don't support what you're doing, they're not real friends anyways. So, what I'm trying to say is, are you willing to change? How much are you willing to change? Are you willing to change just a little bit? Or are you willing to change just enough? Or, what is it that you guys are willing to do to change? That's really the topic of this video, is change. Some good books, a really good author that I recommend, that I follow, a good mentor, is Kevin Trudeau. He talks about change a lot. Teachability index, being teachable, being willing to change on a scale of 1 to 10. He talks about that a lot. As a matter of fact, those are his 2 out of 5 most basic foundations, principles for wealth building, is being teachable, being coachable, and being willing to change. You can't lead. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know what I mean? I can tell. I got a lot of broke friends all the time that they ask me for financial advice, and when I tell them to change, all of a sudden they get mad and they're just set on their own ways. So it's kind of like, what's the point? I'm telling a person to change, but he doesn't want to change. He's not willing to change. So, that's why I'm asking. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to change in your life that you should let go of? I'm not going to go into a whole tangent of this, because only you know what it is that you need to change. Only you know what's good for you. And let me tell you guys, if you want to be successful, if you want to be financially free and time free, then you need to get around a group of people who are into that. You need to get around a group of people, find a mentor who actually has what you want, so you can go achieve it. Anyways, guys, not much to say tonight. Remember, the topic of the conversation is change. So, if you guys have any questions, as always, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Love to know. And if you have any questions about how I make money online, most definitely subscribe to my mailing list. Until next time, thanks.